Hi, Namaste everyone. Welcome back to our channel. We're back with another video, and in this video we have our bike ownership review. As you have already seen in the thumbnail, so the bike has clocked 30,000 kilometers as recorded on the last ride towards Sri Salem, and after that, and like this whole month I've been pretty busy with my work and health also, and didn't get much time to go for a ride or record this. So finally we are here shooting the 30,000 ownership review of this 2020 2020 model of classic 350 BS6 model. So we'll keep this video short and simple. We'll have positives, negatives, replacements and add-on parts. Yeah, let's start the video then. Talking about positives, I would like to mention the rider seat comfort. This is a pretty comfortable bike at this segment, a pretty wide seat, and there are under the seat shock ups also. They are not very practical but pretty decent for city cruising. Pillion seat comfort. Pillion seat is also as comfortable as advised by my other rider friends who own T and there are other bikes. So they mentioned that the pillion seat is also as comfortable. Even at times when my parents or even I sometimes sit back, it is actually a comfortable seat. Even this pillion seat is a little wide, so wider seat is equally proportional to comfortable seat. Well, not very much aware how long we can go with pillion on this. Didn't do long distances with pillion. Talking about comfort, it is one of the most comfortable bikes in this segment, in this price range. At the time when I bought, now we have too many more options. So yeah, at the time that I bought, this was one of the most comfortable in this price segment. The next point, we can have the cruising speed. Say if you're cruising at 80, this machine can go for a whole day at 80 speed. Mind you, this is a BS6, so there are comparatively less vibrations at 80 in BS6 models as compared to BS4 and BS3. BS4, BS3 might start vibrating after 60, but this one is pretty nimble and pretty good, manageable vibrations up to 80. Talking about positives and not talking about mileage would be wrong. So the mileage that I got recently on my last ride towards Ujjain was 38.67 something, I don't remember now, but it was over 38, slightly over 38. And in my very recent ride towards Sri Salem, I got the mileage up to 37. Company claimed mileage comes around 32 to 35. There have been no additives in the tank or in the engine. How I thought was, since this is not an e-sport engine or a sports bike, no additives would be of greater use. Like the regular petrol and the regular engine oil that I used was different than the company one. So yeah, keeping all the factors aside, the mileage was around 37, 38 recently. That's a pretty decent mileage for a 350cc engine and this heavy bike. So that said, we are done with positive points. Now we move to the negatives. The first and foremost negative about a classic 350 or a Bullet, or rather the older Royal Enfields, is the vibration part. Yes, these do vibrate a lot, specifically a lot more after 80 speed. So yeah, I've done around 6 states on this bike so far, and the vibrations are okay. Now I've got habituated to the vibrations. So these wraps are add-ons for to help me reduce vibrations. These did work a little, but yeah, there are still vibrations after 80. It's like the whole body massage. You feel vibrations at the foot pegs, handlebar, under your seat, everywhere. This being 2020 model, I guess now there are all LED setup in Royal Enfield, but this had this halogen headlight. The visibility was very poor. Sorry. Sometimes even in city, when the street lights won't work at night, not even night, say evening, the visibility would be less from the helmet. This used to be my old helmet tint visor, but the recent one had the clear visor. So even in the clear visor, visibility would be low with these headlights. I obviously had installed these. These are new light setup. Earlier I had a JG Mini. Those came off because of vibrations of the bike. Talking about negatives, we shall include weight also. That so far has not been a problem to me. I am 5'11" and 90 kilos, so that has not been a problem for me so far. Weight in situations like bumper to bumper traffic and somewhere you have to take a U-turn, a tricky U-turn, weight does come into consideration. But if you're tall enough to flat foot your leg both sides on any bike this is weight will be an issue in bumper to bumper traffic and U-turns. But if you're tall enough to to flat foot your legs on both sides, that will be manageable. And dry weight of this bike is 195 kilos. Dry weight as in the empty tank weight, when weighed on empty tank of the bike, that is 195 kilos. And the next point is wind blast. This being a naked bike and a commuter bike with probably no aerodynamics, so the wind blast used to be a lot while traveling long. When I went to Pune, I did not have this, so that was my first ride. So yeah, I've had a different I've had a different windshield when I went to Tamil Nadu, Chennai. That was a longer one, even that was a very huge one, similar to the one on Avenger. But then when I had a small crash in an off-road area, that broke, and so I changed it to the smaller one. 30,000 kilometers, 3.5 years is a long time for me. In my consideration, that's a long time. So there have been certain replacements to this bike. Coming to the replacements, tires were changed at some 14,000 kilometers. Like all replacements were done first time around 13.5 to 14,000 kilometers range. Tires were changed both. These are new set of tires after 14,000 kilometers. Now it is 30,500 something. And the whole change was changed with cleaning of the front sprocket, and battery was changed. Yeah, so these were the replacements on this bike. The handlebar was also changed. This is a new handlebar with this much height difference. This is apart from my older handlebar that I have welded for phone holder and GoPro mount setup. So yeah, this is the newer handlebar. This was changed, and a frequent change of brake pads. That is a regular maintenance check. Under replacements, we also have these mirrors. The stock mirrors were there. They were working fine. They were best, but there is weight. If you have noticed, or if you have opened the mirror anytime, there is weight attached behind the mirror, this panel. Then there is body cover. So to that mirror the weight has moved somehow. I don't know how, why, when, where it happened, but it did happen. So it used to give a lot of noise. So I preferred some visibility better than noisy visibility. So I switched to these bar and mirrors. Not recommended. These are very small, and you have more blind spot region in this as compared to the stock one. So under add-ons we have air cushion seat cover or air cushion seat for this seat to That's an add-on on this seat. I can remove and put it back anytime that I require. That says, like, they claim that it reduces 46 percentage of vibrations. I've not done the math, so don't ask me, but yes, it did reduce a lot of vibrations. It did help me with a lot of vibrations and a lot of potholes also. So the sudden jerk also is not impacted much on your lower back. This windshield here is also an add-on. So this is basically for wind blast, since there is not much, not since there is not much aerodynamics on this bike. So there's a lot of wind blast coming to the body and helmet. Now this restricts up to a certain level on the body, but there is still buffeting on the head. Then the next add-on is these lights. Very, 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 very important if you're traveling long. There are too many highways without street lights. So if you travel early in the morning, if you start early in the morning, lights are a must. If you travel late at night, lights are a must. Next, and also one of the most important add-ons for my bike is this backrest. Well, I've installed this backrest for mounting luggage here. I carry a tail bag, Guardian Gear tail bag. It is claw fitted, but still, if you ride solo, you might understand what I'm saying. You might get what I'm saying. Once you rack your luggage here, there are potholes. There are, frequent braking and acceleration, which may, because of which the luggage tends to move back. So for the luggage to not slip off this seat, I've installed this backrest. So yeah, that's about the bike. The replacements chain could be because of my driving style, or also could be because how we manage clutch in traffic. And the tires could be because of the terrain and also again driving style. So also mileage, this is a pretty decent mileage, I believe, and that is also because of the riding style. So that might these replacements and mileage might differ from a rider to rider, but that's all about the bike so far. There have been a few complaints, but a lot many more memories and stories to share about and on this bike. That's it, we wind up the video here. So do like, share and comment on your thoughts below. And one legendary thing about this bike, it has the kick rod that you don't have now in any Royal Enfield bikes. You can say the last of few bikes that Royal Enfield made with kick rods. Yeah, so yeah, please do like, share, comment down below, and do subscribe to the channel if you're new here.